Well, holiday spending can really add up, from buying gifts to entertaining. But when it comes to decorating your home, you can add some holiday cheer without spending a bundle. So joining us now is interior designer and star of the TV show Get a Room with Carson and Thom, Mr. Thom Filicia. Good morning and welcome
Morning.
back.
How are you? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to
I
you
can't believe we're
too.
here.
I need your help. So you have some simple tips for holiday decorating. Please help us. Let's start out with gathering things, like apparently from our own yard. We can just use anything in the
Absolutely. Well,
yard.
so one of the things I always talk about during the holiday season is sort of bringing the outdoors in and using things that are kind of around you that you can sort of create these kind of great indoor outdoor, this blur between indoor and outdoor, and have fun with it and use that as the foundation of your sort of decorating scheme, whether it's I love to do that, sort of making an entrance. And one of the things that I do is I use perennials. I'll use like a gem, a boxwood gem, winter gem, and I use them in my house during the holidays. I put lights on them, and then I reuse them in front of my front door, and I make this really great sort of entrance moment. But it's
Nice.
all from things that I bought, used inside, and then reused outside. So it's a great way, sort of reuse. It's sort of a green move, but it's also it's a really nice way to sort of save some dough when you're decorating for the holidays and make a really great impact. Bringing things from the outdoors in is a really fun way to sort of have, and it's a great little project for kids.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Keep them busy, especially on Christmas vacation. We need something. Please save us. So next up, you say the more the merrier, but don't go color crazy.
Right. So, when you're trying to make a big impact during the holidays, a lot of times what people do is they run out and they keep buying and buying and buying and buying, and they put things all over the house. I think what you should really do is take the things that you have, add in a few things every year, but really make an impact in one place. Take those things and make a great impact either in your entrance hall or on your dining table or on your mantle, and really make one big impact. And that's a really great way to do that. Don't go color crazy. You can see this is my Christmas tree this year that I decorated, and it's all just, the tree is the natural green. I made my tree skirt out of just wood around the base that I took in from outside, from the fireplace, for the fireplace. And then I just did red lights and really beautiful, clear, simple, white, natural ornaments. So the red and green color really comes through just from the green of the tree and the lights. And then it's all sort of white, silver, glass, and it just keeps it really simple. And that way, when you don't have a house overwhelmed with decor, it doesn't feel like this one sort of moment that's sort of overwhelming that corner or that one space.
Yes.
So it's just a really nice way to, I don't know, to make it feel a little bit more relaxed and easy. And you can add in children's ornaments with something like that, and it just looks really, really beautiful.
It's not sensory overload.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. But speaking of lighting, you talked to us about lighting. You say there should be 5 sources of light. What do you mean by that?
Well, I say this all year long. I love the idea of having light, low light, medium light, overlight, and then candle light and fireplace light. If you don't have a fireplace, I love using votive candles. There's really great fake votive candles if you want to be sort of really kid friendly. I love the idea of having all of these different sources of light so you can really dim everything. You can work with dimmers. That's a really great thing to do. And then let your light fixtures actually start to become part of your decor. Take white lampshades. You can turn that into a little project, and you can spray them gold, or you can spray them silver, bring in little silver cups that you use all year long, and then add little votive candles to them. And it's a great way to take you as your base decor through Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, anything, whatever is you're celebrating, all the way right through to New Year's. And you just add in all of those little moments that sort of lean in the direction of that holiday, and that really kind of makes that pop. So it's a really great way to sort of use what's around you and just make a bigger impact. Lighting is one of the things that, when you have a really great lighting situation in a house, dim it, use your little plug-in dimmers, very inexpensive, easy way to change the mood. It really sets the tone for the holidays.
Yeah, that's so simple too, and it makes such a huge difference.
Yes.
What do you think of the fake Yule log though on the TV? Is that too
as long as it's ironic. I mean, if you're having like an ugly Christmas sweater party,
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious. But if you're taking it serious, you're
Yeah.
trying to make it cool, I don't think it's going to be great. But if you're playing that sort of like, if you're walking around in a really silly sweater and you're drinking out of a Wally World glass, then I think it could be really fun.
All right, I love this last tip. You say create an entertaining home base. Can you explain what that means
Yes.
exactly?
Well, so when you're entertaining for the holidays, a lot of us will have our friends and our family over. And one of the biggest problems is everyone kind of goes right into the kitchen.
Exactly.
And there's kids, everybody's like sort of on top of each other. So use trays and make little stations for whether they're bars, whether it's a hot chocolate station. You can do sort of dessert stations, but it's a really great way to get people to go where you want them to go so that you can get them out of your kitchen and really make these kind of fun little moments. I love to add my bar all the way in the back of my house so that people come in, they say hello, they go to the back, it's by the Christmas tree, they see that, it's really sweet, they make a drink, and then, it leaves space for the rest of the people to come in, and it really keeps people out of the kitchen, which is sort of job number one if you actually are going to be making any food.
Yeah, especially in a New York City apartment where the kitchen is usually the
Yes.
smallest room in the whole place.
Absolutely. And the thing is that, it's just about getting people to certain parts of the room or getting them to maybe the dining room, the next room. It's just really about creating sort of a flow. And you can do that by actually not putting all of your food and all of your drinks in one place. And if you use trays, it's really easy to clean up. It's a great way to sort of bring things and then bring the next thing out and put it onto a coffee table. It's just a really great way to kind of create a flow for your event and not have everyone sort of clustered in one area.
Really, really great tips. I just have one final question for you.
Yes.
And it's just your own personal opinion. You know these new tree skirt, it's not even a tree skirt, but it's like a cone that goes around the bottom of the tree?
Yes.
Is that like a new thing, or have I just been living under a rock?
No, they've been around. I think that, I don't really love the way they look. My feeling is I much prefer when people do things with just a fabulous blanket or just, as I was telling you, I did just, some wood that was from the wood pile on the side of my house for the fireplace. I just scattered that around the base of the tree. But I've done it with rocks. I've done it with, there's just you take anything in abundance that would look fun and that makes sense with the aesthetic of your Christmas tree. And I think it's a really great way to sort of create that sort of moment.
Yeah.
I find those kind of store-bought things for the base of the tree,
Yeah.
they just aren't as much fun.
Not as personal.
And I love the idea of actually making things for the tree and creating those kind of moments where it becomes a little bit of a DIY sort of home project, especially when there's kids involved, because they love it. They feel like they've accomplished something. It's a creative process. And I think that's really what the holidays are supposed to be about.
You are absolutely right. Thom, thank you so much for being with us this morning and these wonderful tips.
Thank you, and happy holidays, and have a wonderful, wonderful holiday, and Happy New Year.
Happy holidays to you too.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Bye now.
bye-bye.